I do feel like we're doing like Parkinson's or something like that, you know what I mean? What's that about? What's that? Unbelievable, isn't it? Gary's dressed up for the occasion, as you can see. Unbelievable. Well, welcome everybody. Hope everyone's okay. Can everyone see us? Because we should be standing really, shouldn't we? But Gary can't, so we'll keep sat down. What an event 2019 was. What an amazing event. For some other reasons too, which I'm sure we'll go into. Yeah, face is still a bit messy, isn't it? Yeah. But I want to welcome everyone here for our, well, basically a little catch up on what happened in 2019 and also what's to come ahead in 2020, because would you believe it, they're still going to do the event. Amazing, even after, yes. Which is great news because I need the work, so exactly, indeed. So I'm just going to say a quick hello to, well, this is Gary, everyone knows Gary, obviously. And this is Nicole, everyone. You know Nicole, obviously. We're going to have a little chat to you guys. First over to you, Nicole. So, tell us a little bit about 2019 and what the highs and lows of the event and everything, and what went into it, basically.
So, 2019, I think most people that were here were there. It was great. We keep calling it last year, but it was only a few months ago. We raised a phenomenal amount of money for Hospice in the World and tailor-made dreams, which was our main goal. We had our amazing ambassador, Rosemary Schroeder, with us as well, and Tom supporting us. And, you know, the only thing that kind of fell apart a little bit, other than me being in an epic crash, was the weather. The weather wasn't great, but we still all managed to race. Anna Louise still nailed it in her BBC radio car, and we just, you know, Gary and I put so much effort into it, and all my team at Chatty Hatter, especially Tanya. I'll start crying. Well, not going to cry. But yeah, so it was really emotional, and we just did so much, and it was still great. We still had thousands of people coming along. But we just want to make next year even bigger and even better. And we're just overwhelmed with all the support that everyone's given us, really. So thanks.
Oh, round of applause for Nicole. Heart and soul into the event. Every year, drunken text messages at 2 in the morning. No. Gary, hello mate, you alright? You okay? What were your highs and lows of 2019? Because obviously you stepped back a little bit this year. Yeah, and let Nicole sort of run it, but you were there obviously on the day. So, what was the best thing about the day? Do you think?
Everybody else did. I'm not going to lie to you, no. I did take a bit of a back seat, like I said to you last year. Nicole done an awful lot of hard work on this. She's the lady who got it there with her team, but yeah, it's here again, and hopefully next year, it'll be even bigger. I'm not a great speaker, you know that, so I'm not going to say a lot, but that's about it, really.
Will you be my best man at my wedding?
I'd love to. I'll do a bit of hand over me too.
Lovely. So 2019 obviously was still a massive success, really. I mean, even though it did rain a lot on the day, and I think that did put off a few people coming, but I just think people just, you know, some people still don't know how big the event is. I mean, it's huge. I mean, I remember the first year turning up and not realising how big it was and how much work had gone into it. And it's a, you know, it's a prop. I mean, you watch the Red Bull Soapbox, and it's up to the standard of that. And they're a massive company, so you guys should be really proud. Everyone at Chatty Hatter as well should be really proud. You know, I've done a lot of events, as you know, and it's an absolutely amazing achievement. And I think this year it raised the bar even more. I know you had that awful crash, and we had to change the course, but you know, it's still a fantastic event, and you can see you've raised the bar again. So we're really looking forward to 2020. Now you've got to say a big thank you to John and his team as well. So take that away.
That's what it says here, so.
Yeah.
Just doing what it says on my notes.
I think basically we just want to thank everyone that was involved. It was amazing, and just, you know, all the money and all the support that charities gave us. I mean, it was great to work on tailor-made dreams, and obviously the Hospice in the World. And yeah, the reason it says John is because John is Mr. Bentley. If anyone wants to buy a Bentley, please go and see my friend John, because he's very handsome, and he's massively supporting the event for next year. He's been, without sounding too slushy, the most amazing thing for me that's come out of this is the network of people that I've met and been around, and just so many like-minded people that really want to help, have a great time at the same time, but really just want to get involved in the community stuff. So that's what it's all about, raising awareness of charities and working with our community. Because Tunbridge Wells is a cool place. I was born and bred here and I quite like it, so yeah.
Absolutely, and it's so great to see all those teams come back. I mean, like, you know, when I was presenting it as well, seeing lots of people come back for the second year, you know, and saying hello to them again, and see them get better times as well. But obviously, the event can happen as well without Rosemary as well. Look at that beautiful face. Rosemary, come on up, Rosemary, come and say hello, come and sit down, my darling. Round of applause for Rosemary, everybody. Rosemary, you've been with us now since the start. And it's amazing to have you on board.
You know what I'm like. I always do.
I'll relax now.
Yes. Again, you just go to sleep. That's good. No, it was lovely. I was in on the beginning, and that is saying when they asked me, and I felt so privileged. And because I do this as a business as well, when now Nicola's a friend, and the thing is, they put so much into this every single year. They've lost a lot as well. They kept the whole thing going, which I think it deserves a reward, but also support. And I think that is amazing. And this sort of energy that you put into this, both of you, Gary, both of you. I know you're behind the scenes, and I know you're not like me who loves speaking, but you do just as much. Now, so I would say, to you, I think this year it's going to be bigger and better. Next year, I say bigger and better. And I think we're going to raise lots of money for Hospice in the Wheel. That's very important, because after all, although you have to cover your costs, you need to make a little profit. It's what it's all about. It's for the charity to, actually for the cars to raise money. So that is what is important. So each car people who have this need to raise the money for doing the cars, so it keeps the whole thing. I think this whole way of doing it is so much better, and commercially, and also will work better. But this is amazing to be here, and I agree. John's already. I've already sold a Lamborghini for him. I mean,
Lamborghini?
yeah, I have actually. I have.
No Bentley, it's just Lamborghini.
No, just a Lamborghini. I just got it for him. I just literally got something on the phone. He's just bought a Lamborghini. So there we are. That can't be bad. Yes, exactly. But listen, I just want to say one thing. Those who know about the Christmas school, and I'm going to say this once. I'm not going to talk about it ever again, but the fact is, it was out of my control. We, unfortunately, were collateral, and it was a bit of a bummer. So I have had to deal with that. Not my fault, but I am going back to colleges, which is great. So we're opening again, which is very exciting. So we're going to keep the Rosemary Schrager brand of Academy, which is actually terribly exciting. So that's all I'm going to say that, because it's a move on now. But I must tell you, just between you and I've actually got a meeting on the phone, and they said they're 5 minutes away in America to actually be on a conference call with Netflix. So I have to say, I've got to go. I mean, if it's going to happen, seriously, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I need to go. I'm really sorry about this, but I do need to. Netflix calls me. Anyway, it's going to be great here. And one more thing. I am going down, and this is the thing, and I will raise money for this. I'm going to go down I'm going to do my own charity with Max, the Formula One driver, in the first session. Yes. And in fact, this is going to be the coolest thing. Because you know what? I always wanted to be a racing car driver. It was a little dream. When my children were young, I used to say, let's go racing. Let's go racing. And that's what I did. And now I'm going to go racing with Max. Okay, have a lovely evening, guys. See you soon. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rosemary, everybody. Netflix calls. There she goes. Spielberg's got to call me in a minute, actually. Yeah. So, about 2019, we spoke about how much, well, we don't know how much we've raised, but we're going to find out in just a couple of seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome up to here, Susie from Tailor Made Dreams and Leanne from Hospice in the Wheel. Give a big round of applause, everybody. Here they come. Hello, ladies. So you don't know how much money's been raised yet, no? Oh, it's exciting. Well, we're going to get the check. We're going to get the check ready, okay, for you, and we're going to actually tell you the sum that was made on the day. I think you'll be really pleased. It's absolutely amazing, and in fact, this is all down to you guys as well, raising the money, getting the cars ready, getting the sponsorship. So, congratulations to you. I can now reveal the total is over £30,000, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that's incredible. We're going to have a photo, I think, with this giant check, and we'll have a little couple of words with you in a minute. So do you want to get up, guys, and hold it as well? Come on, Gary. Come on, hobble up.
Right, everyone going to look at it for me 1 second. Lovely big smiles, 3, 2, 1. And same again. And everyone else jump in.
And give yourselves a round of applause as well for raising all that fantastic money. We're cutting it off, so, yeah. So, come and sit down again, guys. Come and sit down. Obviously, we know the amazing work that you do for the charities. What's so special about the day for you? Yeah.
It's one of the most fantastic events in Tunbridge Wells. I love seeing it taking place in the local community. It's great to be involved with the charity, but it's also amazing to see Chatty Hatter and I know how much hard work you guys put into the event, so it's really amazing to be part of that and see the benefits actually come back to the business.
And what, with that money, what would you be using the money for in the hospice? What kind of thing? Because some people don't know where that goes, so do tell everybody.
Sure. So I suppose one of the interesting things is next year the hospice is 40 years old. And I know the story when it first began. There was 3 members of staff, so 2 nurses and a doctor. And over that time, the hospice has grown. We have now 4 services, and we've got a new cottage hospice opening in 5 Ashes later this year. It's going to be another service, which means we can be there for even more people who need our help. So it's only thanks to people like Chatty Hatters doing Crazy Jeans that we're able to carry on delivering our services and also evolving to bring in new ones.
That's fantastic, absolutely brilliant. It's got so big, isn't it? It's just such an amazing charity. You're doing so well. Thank you so much. And over to you as well. I mean, we heard your lovely story about, lovely story, but as in, we heard your story and we all got emotional last year I think it was, wasn't it? When we all came together, and it was just so amazing to raise this money for you guys. What would the money do for Tailor Made Dreams?
Well, I did ask you the list actually.
Oh, lovely.
I kind of had an idea-ish how much we were getting. So it would do 10 bucket lists, full bucket list for children. So that's holidays, that's going away, that's kind of anything on their list, and that can be up to about 20 things. So it would do 10 bucket lists for children. It would do 300 counselling sessions for families. It would do 428 holistic therapy for the families, the children, and it would also do 37 medical sheepskin fleeces for the families. So it's actually such a massive amount of money for such a small charity, but it's going to go such a long way. And I think on the day for us, we just felt so privileged about actually being chosen to work alongside with Hospice in the Wheel, because they're a wonderful charity. Great community day, full of fun. One of the most memorable things for me is our fantastic Minion cart that was made by Shane Armstrong, our patron, who's hiding somewhere in the background. And seeing the cart come down, it's so much fun. And also, Chatty Hatter and Crazy Jeans event offered all our families free tickets. So for us personally, it was fantastic to see all our children walking around and actually enjoying the event, which is what it is. It's a family fun community event, and I think you did absolutely amazing. Yeah, so thank you so much. It's really means so much.
Absolutely amazing. It's good to know where the money goes as well, those 10 bucket lists, for children to do their dreams, it's absolutely incredible. That's why I'm supporting Tailor Made Dreams as well this Christmas for Panto as well. So we're going to be raising money for you guys as well over the Panto season. So it really touched me. The Hospice in the Wheel obviously touches me as well, but I think and I'm sorry, we have raised money for you before during the Panto season, but we have to choose a different one every year. But it just really touched me and got me quite emotional. So I'm really glad to support you guys as well. So big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Telemakers and Hospice in the Wheel, everybody. Congratulations. Please do cut the check in half and keep it on the side. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. And well, we'll be supporting Hospice in the Wheel again for 2020. So more money to be raised there. Great. Yeah. Well, we haven't spoke about the winners, have we, of 2019? And it was so close this year. Unbelievable. So tell us about our winners.
Well, I mean, the winners of 2018 were close, weren't they? I mean, they were actually the fastest 2018 on the track, but the pedalers slowed them down a bit. So it was amazingly fitting that for 2019 they won, and it was the what was the exact time? Do you know the exact time? Yeah, the time doesn't have the exact time, but we know it was really fast.
They'll know.
It was the muckers, so yeah, it was the muckers.
Where are they, the muckers? Where are you?
Muckers, coming up, boys. Coming up. Give a round of applause, everybody. Our 2019 Soapbox Race winners. There they are. It's just you, is it? Come on, team. Come on. Up you come. It's weird to see you without the wigs on and the dresses and things. Unless you still got them in the car, I don't know. Come and sit down, guys. Come and sit down. So, what was your time? You must remember. Not a clue. Brilliant. That's good, isn't it? I think it was about 30-something seconds, wasn't it? It was very fast. What was your time? 31 seconds. So it was faster than that. Just. Around 28 seconds. So, Eloise, she knows. 1 second.
1.2 seconds between me and the winner.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, you haven't thought about it at all.
I edited the material over and over.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Thanks for coming, because we wouldn't have had a clue, would we? So obviously, 2018, you were with us, and whoever was on the pedalo did a really bad job, basically. Who is it? Was it? Which meant you lost. I know it was hard. I know. Thank goodness we got rid of that. Eh? They wouldn't let you in a pedalo. Too heavy. All right, fair enough. But I mean, obviously that slowed you down. But you actually got the fastest track on the day. So you came back this year and you won it. You were robbed. Yeah, of course you were. But didn't the fire engine win? Didn't they? No, who was it? Oh yeah, it was your business. That wasn't rigged, was it? No, not at all. Photos with your business. So tell us about the day. I mean, what sort of prep goes into building your car? I mean, I'll come over to you. Why not? Oh, you're laughing because you're like, about an hour.
It was about an hour, to be fair.
I can't reach.
Well, we've got luckily we've got one of our team owned a design company, so he mocked up the actual design of the car, which this year was DeLorean, Back to the Future DeLorean. And once it's printed onto kind of Corex foamic stuff, it takes about half an hour to cable tie to the car body. And I think the secret is keep it light. And but if you're listening and you're building a car, keep it heavy, really heavy. And light, quick. And then powerhouses like Gary pushing. You've got to get a quick start. And then, Richard, wherever he is, he's gone somewhere. He's a great driver. And, went down the hill without fault. So,
It was you in the dress.
me in the dress, yeah.
We thought you were going to wear the dress.
Gary, that sounded all wrong. I'm not quite sure. It was brilliant day, and I'm glad we won it, and we're going to win again this year.
We did have another DeLorean that a man had literally spent a whole year on. You turn up with a little printed cardboard cutout, shove it on and go down and win it. Bless him, It was an amazing car, that other DeLorean as well. It did look really good, yeah. So what would you say to other drivers and anyone who wants to sort of build a car? What is the secret? You think it's light based, obviously, make it as light as possible. Any other secrets? A good gaffer tape? Yeah, cable ties, good. A cushion, yeah, that's a good idea, yeah. Don't sit on, don't touch your brakes. Don't touch your brakes, yes. It is quite difficult not to, we should always touch the brakes, shouldn't we? Especially around your corner that we've now called Black Eye Ben. Yeah. Absolutely. I think it's a good name, don't you think? You felt your face sort of shake.
It's growing.
Good. And what plans have you got for 2020? Can you tell us about your theme yet?
It's top secret, I think, isn't it?
We've got a theme. We actually came up with it 10 minutes ago. And we googled it, and you can get costumes. It's going to be epic. But
we look forward to your Tinky Winky car then. We're looking forward to that. I know. And how did you guys go about raising all the money? Like from the sort of start of it. What do you do?
We own our own businesses, and we've got lots of customers and friends, and we just basically went around the wall and begged, and they gave us loads of money. We raised a lot of money. We're really proud of that. We did the year before as well, so we can do the same again this year.
Fantastic. Give them a round of applause, everybody, raising all that money. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of 2019, the Muckers, everybody! Well done. Cheers, guys. I'll have a drink with you, man. I'll have a drink. Right. So, this leads us on to 2020 then. Oh my goodness. They are back again. Dunallen Park. Is it the 27th of June? 27th of June at Dunallen. So, guys, tell us a little bit about what's to come for 2020. Gary, I know you don't like talking, but you're just sitting up here with some shorts on, unshaven, you're going to talk, all right? Come in. What ideas have you got?
All I know is the school's involved, which is what we wanted. That was last year.
The major announcement.
I did tell you. I took a bit of a vaccine for this, as you know, and last year we really wanted to get all the schools involved, and as Nicole announced to me, she's got the schools involved, and it was brilliant. We want to get all the schools together, we want to get as many people as we can here, family, friends, a lot. We want to smash that 30,000 this year. All the schools, I just can't believe it, it's just brilliant that we're on board.
I love this man. He has just like, I love it. So, we are really excited about 2020. As Gary just said, year one, we were trying to get schools involved in this. We were talking to schools, all of my team were ringing around schools, trying to speak to schools, and they're busy, you know, kids are busy. And one of the reasons after some of the setbacks this year that I just could not say no to doing this and putting all my team through it again, and Gary and I and Tom and everyone, was that we were approached by the ISSP, and they are going to be working with us, and they're going to be talking about that in a minute. The other things that are happening for 2020, before we go into that, is we're also going to... Is everyone listening? I'm going to tell some people off in a minute. You know I can. So this is important. For 2020, we are going to be raising predominantly for Hospice in the Weald, but our second charity we'll be working with Nourish, and we're going to be, rather than raising money for them, we're going to be asking people to come and donate food on the day. So we're going to have some food banks set up on the day. We're going to be working with them throughout the year. So our main charity will be Hospice in the Weald, and we know that a lot of people support hospice, but we also know that a lot of you guys have other charities that you want to support. So for 2020, we're opening it right up, and your second charity can be your charity of choice. I'm going to be asking everyone to pay their entrance fee. We've already reserved 32 out of 40 carts, so if people want to get involved, they need to speak to us soon if they're not on the reserve list. They'll pay their entrance fee, and then there'll be a minimum pledge of £500 for hospice, which you'll need to get across to me before you get your chassis, because we've got to get everyone behind raising as much money for the hospice, and then you can continue on to raise as much money as possible for the hospice or for your second charity, and let's just smash it and literally just raise, you know, let's 30 grand, let's do 50 grand, let's do 80 grand. We're also, just because we're really bored and we haven't got much to do, and Tanya's really happy with me about this one, we're going to do a huge ball in March. We're going to do a big races ball. It's going to be really wacky out there. Tom has agreed to be our host for the evening. Yeah. And yeah, we might even be lucky enough to have Max come along, and there's going to be some really exciting things happening, and it's another opportunity for us to raise money and just all get to know each other, because this really is a community event. But the biggest thing is the schools. So the schools are going to be rolling this out. They're going to talk to you a bit about this in a minute. They're going to be rolling this out into their curriculum for year 9s. I mean, this is just phenomenal. And they're going to be building their own chassis that they will be racing at the Crazy Jeans event with all of us guys. So this is just amazing. I mean, imagine being in year 9 and building something at school and then actually getting to race it. And we're going to display all the karts that they don't necessarily get to race on the day at the event. So this event's going to be big, about cars, all about, you know, it's going to be massive. And because of the school's involvement, I'm slashing the ticket price. So I'm literally putting the tickets on sale at the end of September. We're doing them for £10 adult, £5 kids, early bird. That's it. We want as many people to come and get behind this event, to see their kids, to see their families, to see their friends. We've got amazing support from Dagan Services. We've already had amazing support with people are supporting us with printing, with all sorts of stuff, aren't they? So anyone that wants to get involved, please speak to us. We've got Anne-Louise here from the radio, loads happening. So there's loads going on. So we couldn't say no. Sorry, I'm going to shut up now. Thanks.
That's brilliant. I didn't know the school actually. I knew about the school, but I didn't know they're making their own how do you say it? I didn't know about that. So we could have some crashes then with 9-year-olds. Brilliant. Whose idea was that? You can make it out of paper mache and anything you want. So, you know. Yeah, a little bit of blue tack, I'd like to welcome up then to talk about this a little bit more. John and Julie, where are you from Kent College? Coming up and have a little word with us. Come sit down, guys. Hello. How are we? So tell us a little bit more about it. I'll hand over to you guys.
Thank you very much. I'm Julie Roderick from Kent College.
Hi, John Wood from the Drug School.
And we couldn't be more thrilled to be part of the Soapbox Race. Thank you so much, Nicole, for all your effort, because for us, the key thing about being part of this fantastic initiative is, as Nicole said, it's about community. It's about involving all our children in this wonderful community that is Tunbridge Wells. And we just want to take a few minutes just to tell you a little bit about how our ISSP, that stands for the Independent State Schools Partnership, and we've called ourselves the West Kent ISSP. And we just want to tell you a little bit about how that came into being. And John's going to tell you a little bit about the work we've already done. We're very newly formed. We're into only our 2nd year. And it came about because I came down from Tunbridge Wells, my husband Andrew and I came down from York, and there was a similar collaboration going on in York amongst all the schools. And we came across so many opportunities that we could do together as schools that individually we couldn't do. And as schools, we sat round and we said, what more can we do for the children in our community? When I came to Tunbridge Wells, there really wasn't anything like that in place. So as I began to meet head teachers in and around Tunbridge Wells, and actually I met John and I met Ed in London, at an event in London. And we all began talking and we said exactly that. What more can we do for the children together in Tunbridge Wells? And we all decided, let's get round the table and see what we can do. And we're really, really proud of this partnership. There are 8 schools so far working together. And that includes Oakley, which is our local special school. There are 2 grammar schools. There are 2 academies. There's a state school, and there are 2 independent schools. So it's a huge range of children coming together and doing lots of exciting events and projects. And without further ado, I'm going to hand over to John just to tell you a little bit more about what we have been doing. And of course, one of our highlights is going to be the 2020 Soapbox Race, where we're going to have 14-year-olds designing, building and racing their own soapboxes.
Welcome everyone. Yes, so last year, as Julie said, was our 1st year, and we've set out to have each year 1 lecture series and 1 masterclass, and it's combined with students from all the different schools. last year the theme for it was Leonardo da Vinci, because it's the 500th anniversary of his passing. And we had a lecture around both the science and the beauty of the art that he did at the Judd School one evening, and then a few weeks later followed that up with a masterclass with various activities all across the sorts of things that Leonardo was involved in. And it brought together about 150 students across 2 evenings from all the different schools to work together. And that's one of the things we're so proud of, the ability to bring, in a diverse education system like Kent, quite unique in its own self, the chance to bring together schools from all the different types and bring those children together to do something fun. This year we're continuing with that same model, and we're looking at sound, and by golly there'll be some sound at the Soapbox Challenge, I imagine. So that's going to be a branch out for us as well, and having our students building their own things, as you expect, probably smashing the adult races times as well, and keeping it light, as we were advised. I've been saying that a lot to my team. So we're going to launch that very soon to our schools and get lots of people involved, but we're very excited to be there on the day.
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant to get them involved, obviously, you know, because there's going to be some proper rivalry now between the adults and the kids, right? And if I was still at school, which I should be really, with my vocabulary, but if I was, and someone said to me, guess what, next year you're going to make a soapbox and you're going to go down the Dunholland Hill. I mean, what an amazing thing to do, and I think, thank you for both of you collaborating on it, because it's going to bring so much more to the event. So a round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out. Really appreciate it, and we look forward to working with you in the future. So obviously that's a big announcement. What about the track? Anything happening to the track? We're going to get that bend in that smashed your face in. We're going to bring it back into play.
She's not going down.
No, you're never going back down again on a soapbox, all right? You're not, ever again, that's it. Also want to say, I want to talk about Nourish as well, obviously, for this year. Could I please welcome up Sarah and Dawn, everyone from Nourish. Give a round of applause, everybody. We're going to talk about the Hungry Holiday campaign. How exciting. So, Dawn, lovely to see you. Tell us a little bit about what you do and everything. I'm sure you've come up with a little plan of what you're going to say, so I'll just hand it over to you, all right?
So Nourish is the community bank council. We've been around for 7 years and we help over 6,000 people in our community. 20% of children in this area live in poverty, so over 48% of our clients are children. And the fact that the schools are getting involved is massively exciting. We work alongside a lot of schools to support the families that are in need. And I just think it's by the way, it's so exciting. I'm really glad I haven't got one in year 9. It's
going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
So the Holiday Hunger campaign is a massive thing for us. Our stocks are low and our demand is the highest it's been during the year. And we support families on top of our normal clients who really struggle with that long 6-week holiday. Childcare costs go up and cupboards are empty. So it's amazing and perfectly timed, after my wedding, which will be even better because I haven't got to postpone it or anything, to kick off the Holiday Hunger campaign soon. And so we will be working alongside you, and we will be there on the day as we have been the last couple of years, and we love it. It's a real family thing for me. It's definitely on the calendar. We didn't time the wedding a week before just but it does keep everything going.
Congratulations on your wedding too, and all the work you do. What would you like to say?
I just wanted to add that for us, as you said, it's about children in our community. So we do a lot of work. Skinners particularly and Oakley have been very supportive. All the schools have been very supportive of Nourish across the years, but actually an opportunity for children to understand how fortunate they are and to work, bring food donations. We said before, the Holiday Hunger campaign, or 12 Days of Christmas, it just gives children an opportunity to think about the fact that there are people that perhaps don't have quite as much as they do. So for us, we're delighted to be involved. So thank you for letting us get involved.
What an amazing thing you guys do. It's absolutely incredible. So, I didn't realise the stats on all that, especially, you don't think about summer, obviously, it's, 6 weeks off, what the mums and dads going to do, and I think you do amazing. So, sorry.
families. Both parents are working. I think when I first joined the Nourish team, I wasn't aware of how many of our families, both parents are working, low income, children often on free school meals, so the summer holidays they're not getting those meals, and they're also having to pay childcare costs, so all the sort of extra treats and exciting things that other people get to do in the summer holidays, 20% of our children just don't get to do.
Let's have a chat as well, because I think that could work for the Christmas show as well. People bring in food to that as well. We could easily have a drop-off centre there, easily. So let's have a chat after. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, everybody. Well done. Okay, where does this take us now? Oh, you've done the ticket prices. We don't have to do that. Do you want to say them again?
Tickets as well, just the tickets are going to go on sale at the end of this month. We want people, as people know, this event, it costs a lot of money to put on, and I can't do this without everyone's support, I'll be honest. We don't have bottomless pockets, so we want to raise as much money for charity as we can, and we want to make it affordable for the families. So we just want everyone to buy as many tickets as we can, so we can really get this, just build up on it and just get it best one yet with all the schools. And we're starting earlier and earlier every year. We've got so much media support. We've got So and Tommy Doyle's time supporting us with media, obviously radio, Rosemary, Max Children, amazing, Tom, all the stuff. We're doing more panto, we're doing your goodie bags again. And Nourish, we're literally just going to say, if we can pack that field out with people and everyone brings something, that would just be phenomenal. So, it's an all-round good egg, I think, is the same.
Obviously, West Kent College are involved again. I mean, we couldn't do it without them.
Not to, and Gary Crowhurst is just a legend wherever he is.
Where's Gary?
Gary Crowhurst is there. Gary's now launched his own Born Extreme as well, which if anyone is into scooter extreme sports, you need to follow it, because it's watching him do that, I'm so impressed and proud of what he does, and he's such a support, and the college. So without all these guys, it's brilliant, it's growing, and it's a fantastic network of people that we're all helping each other, which is what it's all about. It's what makes me want to go up anyway.
And obviously, Anna Louise, there she is. She broadcast for the whole day from Crazy G Soapbox Race. Come on up here and have a word. Round of applause for Anna, everybody. Hello. You've got like a Beetlejuice vibe to you tonight. I like it. Beetlejuice. Hello, nice to see you. And well done. I haven't actually seen you since, but what an amazing... 1 second away from the Muckers, right? And you back for 2020?
Yes, I'm back to win. I'm so excited. We were something like 1.6 seconds off the winner, came fourth, and I hadn't even walked the course, so I was a total underdog. And everyone at work, BBC was saying, oh, she's going to crash it. They all had their plans in place when I crashed and smashed and pushing me down the hill, and I didn't. I just cruised on by, and honestly, it's one of the highlights of my life. Honestly, it was absolutely, what an adrenaline kick that day was. And I feel addicted to come back and get up that leaderboard once again.
I think you did phenomenal. I mean, I was told about 10 minutes before, by the way, Tom, can you go and be in the Chatty Hatter hat and go down? I was like, yeah, why not? Why not? But and I didn't realise how good it was down that track. It's really good fun. Suddenly you're just off, and then it's like a blur of 30 seconds of just craziness. And we heard it on the radio because it was brilliant.
Gary said, oh Anna, next year you've got to come and actually race, because they came on my show the first year. It was always going to be a yes, but I just said yes straight away, thought I'll get it signed off later, work it out for radio later, let's just get the balls in motion. I didn't realise what it was going to take to get it signed off by the BBC. It's never been done before live on air. The health and safety for the BBC is incredibly difficult to get it. We had so many calls, didn't we? We were determined. It was getting quite tense.
It didn't help. The night before you did an interview with Nicole from live from hospital, going, yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, it's still going ahead. The bells. I mean, that didn't help, surely.
It helped selling tickets. We had tickets start flying through from that conversation. Well, that was it, because Nicole went down in my car. That was the infamous car to test drive it, and you had the awful smash. So I do feel very guilty. It's supposed to be me in that test drive.
I'm so glad it was you.
But no, it was absolutely incredible. The creativity was amazing. we're looking at all the different parts and how it all came together, meeting all the people involved. I couldn't have done it without Gary and Nick from West Kent College. But seeing it all come together, the students helped make it happen. I couldn't have done it. I said yes, 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 and then thought, how the hell am I going to do a soapbox again?
I know your adrenaline was a bit brown before the actual race. I remember looking at your face like, I don't know what I'm doing. And Gary was just like, you're off! And you're like, what? It's straight down your way, it's great.
Yeah, no breaks. I think I almost started, I thought I was going to be so excited, I was actually really nervous. Started hyperventilating a little bit before the first race. And then second time round, when we knew we were in with a chance of actually getting up the leaderboard, we went no breaks. We hurtled down there, I was steering, I don't know how I went through the chicanes. I hadn't even walked the course. Honestly, live on air, Gary said to me, oh, you've walked the course and everything. I said, no, no.
I'll never forget you walking up the hill in your like protective gear on, right? Your little pink knee pads on. It's like body armour. I was like, what? You're not going into like a gladiator duel.
There was a big mishap because my producer was supposed to be coming down with me as the co-pilot, but the protective body wear that was all by Nicole came up as children's size, and I managed to fit in it. It was bright pink Barbie, but poor old Casey couldn't fit in it. So Gary got brought in as my co-pilot last minute, got thrown in the door, and we had to go down for the first time, you know.
It's amazing, Gary with the co-pilot, because that's on the radio as well. It's like, okay, you're going to take a sharp right now, sharp right, no brakes, we're going over the jump. It was amazing.
Because I didn't know the course, so he was talking me through the course as I was driving down it, which was crazy. But everyone at work was saying, you're going to crash it, you're going to smash it, you're going to be injured, you're going to be in A&E. All my family thought I was. My driving was, I crashed the BBC radio van so many times. I got stuck over these bollards the other week.
We went to get the car, we went to do a show at the West End, and we were both parked next to each other. We nearly burst into each other in our cars. We were like, oh, okay, that's not a sign, that was a sign.
So, 2020, you're going to be back. Is Gary and the team at West Kent going to be building you the car?
Well, I'm banking on it, Gary, please help me. We need to go lighter though, so I can achieve that 1.6 seconds faster, if not more.
Just do what the muckers do. Just get a little bit of cardboard and just put it through a printer.
I want to see more female drivers as well.
Yes, so do I.
This was a conversation that came up a lot on the radio. I think I was the fastest female, but there weren't many of us women drivers.
There was more though. There's more this year than last year.
About 3 of us, I think. Out of 50 cars. I mean, come on, we need to get our women up there. You know, you can do it. I've never driven a race car in my life. It was absolutely incredible. So I think we do need to get more women out there driving cars.
And also, like, we see a lot of girls like pushing the cars, but I think some more businesses should like get them in the front of the cars.
Yeah, totally.
Imagine beating Max Chilton on a time. I mean, come on, that's got to, everyone's got to beat that time.
That would be incredible. So you're going to be covering the event again for the whole day?
Yes, so actually we're going to start the ramp up soon. Nicole's going to come on the show for October, and I'd love for charities as well, Nourish, My Dreams, and Hospital Wound to come on again and talk about, accepting the money and something going forward. We're going to start ramping up and bigger and better coverage. I mean, last year we covered all the process, all of the raising money and putting the parts together. So we're going to do that again, but bigger and better now that we're kind of practicing the time.
You need like a film crew as well to like film the process of like from building a car and follow a race team. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Really good.
I want to say thank you to Birdhouse who did a film for us, and we are talking with them about things that we can do. So, and also I want to say thank you to Green on Board Waters planners. Everyone is getting behind this so much more. So, just anyone and everything, anything people think of is just awesome. Like, any ideas? Chuck them at us.
Chuck them at you. Well, thank you so much for entering, and we really look forward to seeing how you do for 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause, everybody. Well, see you soon. Well, that's the radio sorted. We've got a few more thank yous. We've got a big shout out to So and Times of Tunbridge Wells.
I mean, really just, people who have helped behind the scenes, they know who they are. There's been some people that have really, really helped me get this event off the ground again. Yes, Tanya knows. My team, my amazing team, Suzanne, Tanya, Anna, Lisa, all of them. Thank you so much in such little time. I don't know how they do it. still with me, they still put up with me, so thank you. But just everyone that's got behind it, sponsors, Dagan Services, who's here, is going to be our headline sponsor. He's just supported us from the very start, and you know, anyone that needs any IT support or help, talk to that man, he's great. Just everyone, thank you so much for all coming tonight. I know we've talked a lot, so I appreciate listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
And who's going to be joining me on the day? Who's going to be joining me on the day? No, Max, that's your...
Max, of course. Everyone's seen in the press about Max. Everyone's seen it. I've mentioned it. I keep mentioning Max. I mean, yeah, it's not Gary. Max is going to be racing down the first part with Rosemary, and we'll see what happens. So Max Chilton, Formula One IndyCar driver, will be joining us for 2020. That's all good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming tonight. Be merry, have a drink, and have a little chat. And do I need to do anything more? People need to sign up. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Please sign up, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2020 Soapbox Race. It's going to be back, it's going to be bigger, and it's going to be better. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nicole and Gary. Thank you very much, everybody.